Well, here we go. Okay, so this is a glass palette. Here's my palette knife. This is the little scraper that I clean the palette with, and I'm gonna take you guys on a co-creation adventure. So here are some of the paints. These are oils, and then here are the rest. We're gonna be on the sky. We actually have cobalt blue, French ultramarine blue, cobalt teal, a little tiny bit of the phthalo green, and some phthalo blue. And you can see how we're merging all of these colors, and of course my fancy white Rust-Oleum. Okay, here we go. So this is the special Bella Rotta canvas. This is called the crust. This is called the canvas. Underneath it is a wooden frame. And what we're doing right now is we're building out the sky. And so I started by making lines on the painting, so 1/3, so you can kind of see the grid mark. The goal here is to make this beautiful sky. You can start seeing a little bit of kind of clouds trailing across, but we want that really, really bright part of the sky for the horizon so that we can bring in that ocean. And you'll see that we started with these really beautiful like baby blue colors with the white on this side and a tiny bit of that cobalt teal popping up. And then over here is more of the phthalo green and phthalo blue. And now I'm trying to map out exactly what color I want up there, but it's this gradual merge. So you see this like sweeping movement across the sky. Well, I'm playing with a new color. This is called medium blue. It's interesting. These are giant tubes. I do not use this blue very often, so it's kind of fun to pull it out. So yes, a big caulking gun and zero waste in these tubes. I buy it from a special company out of California. I love that paint. So here we have what's up there in that corner, and it's, again, the key is that gradation of color. Let's go this way, and then I popped in just some ever slight little clouds kind of trailing through off in the distance to give it some movement with the sky and merge in those different colors. The colors are getting super fun. So there's some sap green up here, and right there I added a little bit of the medium blue with some burnt sienna, and you can see how all of these colors are kind of merging together to like do this like cast iron skillet cooking with all the flavors. So again, French ultramarine blue, cobalt teal, phthalo blue, phthalo green, somewhere in there. I think it was up there actually. But just really fun. This more powder baby blue is coming from the cobalt blue. And then of course you've got the teal cobalt over here merging in with the greens, the phthalo green. And then this is a really pretty color as well. This is coming in with the burnt sienna, the French ultramarine blue, and a little bit of the medium blue to make that really, really dark blue. So now how does all of this translate up here? It's so cool. It's like really coming together. We've got the clouds, the sky looks really nice. And then it's really fascinating. I see a lot of green in the water. And so you get those where the waves are cresting over, and underneath the wave is like this darker green. But getting just lots of good movement, and as you step away, it does feel like those waves rippling in. So now to start kind of letting all that dry so that I can then come and rework it again and make sure I get that crisp horizon line. But I gotta let it dry before I can get that crisp line. So then we'll build out our little city over here in the far distance, and it's just gonna be some basic marks to indicate civilization, just a tiny little bit over here, but then we'll have the sand and footsteps coming over here and pull in some other colors with that band of where the water is rippling in. Oh boy, things are getting spicy. So we've got French ultramarine blue, cobalt teal, burnt sienna, a little bit of raw sienna. We got some violet, medium blue, little tiny, right there is phthalo green, phthalo blue, and you can see the mess. Like, I love this coloration. And then here we're over here. So I've got this, the shoreline is coming along really nicely. It feels really good. You can kind of see the movement of the water and the shadows from the waves crashing on the beach. It is amazing how much color is actually in here. I don't know if you can see all that color, but boy can I. This was wild. You can tell by, again, all the colors. So we've got our little skyscape. I have added a lot of color. There's like tons of movement and color in the water. I was able to get that horizon line relatively straight. And then you've got that little cityscape, which that was super fun to paint. And then as you come down, all the marks in the sand with the shadows. This was really fun too, to add the shadows underneath the waves. And then where the sunlight is hitting, and you can see underneath the water. But there is actually quite a bit of color in that sand area. That's gonna be where the eye is drawn to. So even all the sand and the footprints and the marks and everything is taking you to that area. Whoa, this is like a color explosion. This is like super wild. All of the different colors. And honestly, this has been really quite fun. So here we've got the whole gang. What I did is I took just different reference photos. Some you provided, others I found, and then just kind of photoshopped them in there. And then built out the whole story, which is Jen just totally soaking it in and watching you guys all playing in the water. With your youngest daughter, and then your two girls with your future son-in-law, and just anyway, I'm excited. Your turn looking at them, and they're screaming and yelling and playing in the water, looking at you guys, and very, very cool. Well, happy birthday, Jenny, and I have to tell you, the best part about this painting is actually the title. You are my density, because of your whole family heritage with Back to the Future and this whole idea that, Jenny, you are everything.